All right, Bryce, thank you. So earlier this month, as we've reported, President Biden signed that $1.9 trillion corona relief package, known affectionately, if you will, as the American Rescue Plan.
And the plan allocates money for vaccines, schools, small businesses, and anti-poverty programs. So joining us this morning with some insight into how this rollout is going is Illinois Democratic Congressman Mike Quigley. Good morning to you, Congressman. Thank you for joining us.
Morning. Glad to be here.
So here we are, 3 weeks into the plan. Where are we with this and the money? Have we already seen an impact here in Illinois?
You know, I think we have. And I think the most important thing this plan does is help attack the virus. $400 billion targeted, tripling the number of public health workers. We've already seen 100 million people vaccinated. We want our businesses open. We want our schools open. We have to address the virus. I think the second thing it does that's so important, it provides critical assistance to schools and local governments. Chicago will get almost $2 billion, a lot of money going K-8 and higher education. And then it extends and expands programs to help small business deal with this virus, keeping people on payroll, paying for necessary expenses to keep their doors open when the virus ends.
Congressman, I don't need to tell you, some would argue the money's good. It's not enough, though. Eviction moratoriums here in Chicago, and I believe today, unless there's been an extension that I haven't heard about, should the president have already extended them? And that $1,400 stimulus check is not going to do much for some people here in Chicago that are 6 months in arrears on the rent.
Well, there's a couple things here. First, there's the $1,400 extension. There's various tax credits, which are going to take about half of the children under the poverty line above that line. It also extends the unemployment benefits and expands them as well. The eviction moratoriums, as it relates to the federal aspects of this, have been continued. There are various programs involved with federal assistance. Those will be included. I'm not sure all the evictions that are covered by everyone are taken into consideration here.
Let's talk about restaurants, too, and some other businesses, because they have been saying what's been given to them is just not enough. Is this part of this plan, or is this something that will be looked into more in the future?
Well, look, I think it needs to be expanded and continued. This is a $1.9 trillion plan. This is a pretty dramatic extension of the existing programs. I think there should have been a program targeted directly toward restaurants. I was the sponsor of a measure targeted directly toward gyms and fitness centers, which have lost 1.4 million workers, threatening to lose another 700,000. I think another supplemental's on the way. I think we underestimated just what the dramatic impact this virus was going to have on our economy when it started, and we're just trying to recover at this point in time.
A lot of lawmakers on the right are, crying tax and spend when it comes to President Biden. Today he's going to be in Pittsburgh. He's going to talk about his plans to improve our infrastructure. Here in Illinois, over 2,000 bridges are structurally deficient. What do you want people to know about additional money? We're just seeing that $1.9 trillion go out the door. This money to improve our roads and bridges means what to you?
Well, first, my colleagues across the aisle weren't complaining when those measures were passed under President Trump, $5 trillion. So, look, as you said and suggested, there's a lot more to do. I think we need to go big on infrastructure. We're way behind. Country's probably about $4 trillion down on improving its infrastructure. It gets grades of C and D in the quality of its infrastructure. We're being outspent 3-1, 4-1. By our economic competitors in Europe, India, and China. So, look, during the Depression, we dreamed big and we built bigger. We're still using that infrastructure. What I say to folks is think of it as an investment that we're going to use. It'll create jobs now, and it'll allow facilitation of economic growth for the rest of our lives and to the next generation.
Congressman Mike Quigley, we thank you for joining us this morning and giving people some hope that help is on the way and will continue to do so. Thanks
Always
for your
good to
time.
see you, and we'll be looking for you at Wrigley this week.